Okay, we'll start with the concept first. As you all know, you have been studying average since from ages, means since from your childhood. But today, what we are going to see is the actual meaning of average and what are the applications where all you can use average. And you all know the formula for average. Average is nothing but sum of observations divided by number of observations. What is the meaning of this? If you take a very simple example, let's imagine that since you all of you like cricket a lot, I'll just take example from the cricket. There is a over, okay. In that over, they will measure the speed of a ball, right? So let's imagine that first ball is 110 kilometers per hour, second one 100, third one 90, fourth one again 100, fifth one 120, and the sixth ball is around 130. If you look at these numbers, they are representing a bowler's performance or speed of bowling. Now, if someone asks you what is the bowling speed of this particular person, how do you answer? Do you say all the six letters? Do you say all the six values that his bowling speed is this? Or let's imagine that this particular person is bowling since from 10 years and he has bowled around 10,000 balls and each ball will have its speed. But if someone asks you what is the speed of his bowling, how will you answer it? Is there a way to find that one? See, it is very clear that whenever somebody asks you a question, you need to answer it in such a way that that is meaningful. Now, it should not be like his bowling speed is 110, 120, 130. It sounds very naive. That's why what is the best method that we answer such questions is by finding the average of all these balls. Okay, so let's find the average. What is the average? According to the definition, according to the formula that we have, sum of observations. This is one of the observation. This is another observation. This is another observation. We have made totally six observations in a over, and we are trying to find the average of this. Now just try to calculate the average. For that you need to add all the values 110, 100, 90, again 100, 120 and 130. So when you add them, we have got 0 here, 1, 9, 10, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 650. What is this 650? It is sum of observations. Sum of observations, right? And what is number of observations? Total how many observations we have made in this particular case? So it is very clear that we have made 6 observations in a over. So divided by 6. So what will be the average of this? 650 divided by 6. We have got 48, 20.318.233. So 108.333. This is our average speed. So this particular value is representing all these speeds. All these speeds is represented by only one value. Now if the answer is like what is the speed of bowling of this particular person. You can say 108 on an average. Means it is clear, we know the range. It will be somewhere around 110 or 100, 90, 100, 120, 130. So the average is used to represent a range of numbers. Represent a range of numbers. Now we had so many numbers here. We are just trying to represent all these numbers using a single number. So it acts like a central measure of central tendency. Measure of central tendency. It means this particular value is central to all the given values. Means somewhere central. This is called as arithmetic mean. There are so many other means, but this is one of them, that is arithmetic mean. You will have geometric mean. You will learn it bit later. But as of now, you understand that average is used for representing a range of values, and it is very simple to calculate also. I hope this one was very clear to you. You have understood what is average, why do we find them. There should be a reason behind finding average. You cannot simply find average of whichever the value you have got. Now just take an example. Okay, we'll just try to take an example. Let's imagine that you have got roll numbers of some 5 students: 15, 7, 3, 8, 4. Okay. These are the roll numbers of some 5 students. It was found that they have done very well in their exam. Very well in the exam. So you are asked to find the average of these roll numbers. Can the average of these roll numbers will help you to identify some problem, or does it give any useful information? Identifying average of the roll numbers. Is it having any use case, or does it help you to do something? Anybody? I hope I am very clear that these particular roll numbers who have done very well in the exam, and the finding their average will not fetch us any useful information. So you should understand that any average that you are finding should have some useful use case. Okay, so let me tell you what is a useful use case. He has scored, there was a math exam conducted, and he has scored around 100, and he has scored 95, he has scored around 90, he has scored around 92, and he has scored around 80. And we consider that these are the best marks of all the students. So question may be like, on an average, on an average, what is the highest marks in the class? Highest marks in the class. This can be a question. On an average, what is the highest marks in the class? In that case, what you are going to do, you are just going to add all these numbers and find the average of this. By doing this, now you know that students are doing well and what is their average marks of toppers. I hope this one is very clear. Whenever you are finding average, that should be very meaningful. It should not be like do whatever you want and the value that you get has no meaning. I hope this one is very clear to you all. Okay, good. Now what we'll do, we'll just try to solve some of the questions to understand average clearly. This is the first question. Find the average of first 5 prime numbers. It is a very straightforward question. This is just for understanding purpose in an exam of any type. in any competitive exam, you don't find these kind of questions, but we'll just try to solve this question. What the average formula says, you need to find the average of 5 prime numbers. So it is clear that number of observations are how much? 5. And what are the numbers? What are the first prime numbers? So it is 2, 3, 7, okay, 5, 7, and then 11. These are our 5 prime numbers, and you need to find the average of this. How will you find? What is the answer? Can anyone tell me? Just try to solve this question and tell me the answer. So what is the sum initially? Let's go by sum. And whenever you are solving, I'll tell you a trick. Whenever you are adding the things, you need to combine such a values that will make your addition easier further. If you take this, just try to see this 7 and 3. On adding these both, it will give you 10. So this 10 can be added easily to any of the number. So add it to the bigger number. 10 plus 11, it will give you 21. So 21 plus 2, it will be 23, and 23 plus 5 is equal to 28. Right. So the sum is 28 divided by number of observations, 5. So the answer I have got most probably by someone. Yes, it is 5.6. So the answer is 5.6. A very simple question, just to make sure that the formula of average is understood well. Okay. Now we'll try to solve this question. This is also very simple, but it has a trick in this. I'll tell you what is that trick, how to solve such questions faster. Find the average of first 5 multiples of 9. Whenever you are solving such questions, before solving this, I'll tell you a trick. If you have got 1, 2, and 3, what is the average of these three numbers? Average of these three numbers is simply 2. You need not add and find out the average. Just directly we can say it is 2. Average is nothing but the middle value. If it is consecutive, there is a condition, it should be consecutive. Consecutive, then you can say that the average of the given numbers is the middle one. We'll take another example, 2, 4, and 6. I can say directly the average of this is 4. Just we'll try to verify our answers. 2 plus 4 plus 6 divided by 3. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So if it is a consecutive value, or if it is having some similar difference between each of the elements, then directly you can say what is the average of the three numbers. It is not that it is applicable to only three numbers, it is applicable to any number of values. Now if you have got 5, 10, 15, and 20, if you look at this, there are four numbers and you are not able to find which is the middle value. So what is the average of this? It will be middle value of 10 and 15. So 10 plus 15 divided by 2. So you are going to get 25 divided by 2, it is 12.5. If you want, you can verify the average. You will just find the middle value of consecutive values. So 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20. So this will be equal to, this is 15, 15. How much? 30. 30 plus 20 is equal to 50 divided by 4. And obviously you will get 12.5. I hope this trick is very clear. Whenever you have got consecutive values, you need to find what is the middle value, and that will be the average of the given numbers. Okay, I hope this one is very clear to everyone. Anybody any doubt in this one? I'll just give you some of the questions and try to solve. If you have got question, you can ask me, not a problem. So let's take an example. You have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the average of these 5 numbers? See, finding the average by adding and dividing, it will take a lot of time. So yes, it is 3. Straight away we can tell the answer because the middle value here is 3. Now let's imagine that you have got, now you have got these values 9, 18, 27, 96. What is the average? You should be able to tell the answer straight away. Yes, it is 27. I hope this trick is very clear. If you want, you can find out the answer. Just add all of them and find out, divide it by 5, and you are going to get 27 only. Okay. Now, this will give you the answer of this question. What is this? Find the average of first 5 multiples of 9. First 5 multiples of 9 is what? 9, 18, 27, 36, and 45. And average of this is 27. Just by looking at the question, you will be able to answer this is, answer for this is 27. I hope this trick is very simple. Now we'll just try to give another question. Find the average of, find average of first 6 multiples of 5. Multiples of 5. You need to find the average of first 6 multiples of 5. Solve this one. See just how much time it will take to solve such questions. If you are using a traditional method of finding the average, then it will take much time. But if you know the trick, then it will be very simple. So what are the 5 multiples of 6 multiples of 5? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There are the 6 multiples of 5. What is the middle value here? So middle value is very clear. Just look at this part. 15 and 20. What is the difference between these two? It is 5. And what is half of 5? 5 is 2.5. So just add 2.5 to 15. 15 plus 2.5 is equal to 17.5. So answer is 17.5. Yes. I hope these questions are very simple. Now we have got some two rules. Now we have got a series that we had just before 9, 18, 27, 45. This was a series, and while solving this one, you can clearly see that each number is multiplied by 9 if it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 5. So the average of this is what? It will be 3. And if you multiply each number by 9, you are going to get this one. 1 into 9, you have got this one. 2 into 9, you have got this one. 3 into 9, you have got this one. Means each number is multiplied by 9 and you are getting this series. But without multiplying, if you find the average, you are getting 3. So if you find the average of these 5 numbers, what you are getting? Answer was 27, right? So here the average is 3. If you want the average, if you want to see how the difference, how is the difference between these two series, if you are multiplying 9 for each of the number, you should multiply the average also with 9. That is the rule here. If each number is multiplied by k, in this case k is equal to 9, then the change in average is what? K into the average value. This is a rule. Now, if you have got 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 and divided by 5, what is the average of these 5 numbers? It is 3. Now, let's imagine that we are going to increase each value by 2. Increasing each value by 2 will give you what? 1 plus 2, 3. 2 plus 2, it is 4. 3 plus 2, 5. 4 plus 2, 6. And 5 plus 2, 7. Divided by 5. Now the average of this, you can see clearly it is consecutive, so the average will be 5. Now can you tell me what is the difference between these two? What is the relationship between these two values or the averages that we have got? It is nothing but plus 2. If there is an increment in each of the values by plus 2, then in the average also we'll have the same increment, that is plus 2. Or if there is a multiplication for each of the values by a number, then the average will also be multiplied with the same number. That's what these two rules are saying. If each number is increased by k, then change in average is what? Plus k. If each number is multiplied by k, then the change in average is what? Multiplied by k. I hope these two rules are very clear. I have explained with the example. Anybody, any doubt in this one? If you have understood, just give a thumbs up. We'll go to the next question. Okay, it will take some time for explanation, but I hope this session was useful. We'll solve this question tomorrow. Fine. Just try to solve this, and tomorrow you'll be telling me the answer. Okay, we can take a leave. Thank you.